it is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening? What's happening, guys? It is Friday, March 6th, 2020. It's crazy to think this, but we only have 301 days left in 2020 to make the very best of this year that you've been given. And man, I don't know how you guys feel, but the time has just flown by for me. My wife just said to me yesterday, I can't believe how fast February went. And I would agree. It just blew by in a flash. I mean, it was like, bam, February was gone, and here we are, March 6th already. So another week gone by in March, and man, the time's not slowing down. So hopefully you guys are having an amazing 2020 so far. I certainly am. Everything is going great, business-wise, personal-wise. Having just an unbelievable 2020. So very grateful for that. And I wanted to talk to you guys this morning about a little bit about what I think led to this kind of streak of momentum that we've got going on, both personally, professionally, all that stuff. And I believe that it is the power of having a morning routine. So my morning routine is pretty regimented, and I wanted to talk to you guys about what that has done for me, and I believe what it will do for you guys if you implement something like this. So I just want to say good morning to a few people. What's happening? Jason, Scott, Trisha, Roland, Don, Chelsea, Jared, Justin Myers. What's happening, my brother? So I wanted to talk to you guys about that today. I think that, you know, so many of us have so much stuff going on, and we have to balance so many things. And sometimes we just feel like we're always kind of taking shots, right? My man Ken Walls is up this morning early. Look at this. That man, he's not up at 7:30, I don't think, very often. So I'm grateful to have you here, man. What's happening, Patricia? Good morning. But, you know, I think that a lot of times people feel like they're constantly, you know, on the receiving end of everything that's happening in their life. So, you know, the things that happen on a day-to-day basis, everybody feels like those things are happening to them, right? And so what I wanted to talk to you guys about is how I implemented a morning routine into my life that really has prepared me for those things that happen day to day. Because, you know, what happens in our life is going to happen regardless. It's always, you know, there's always going to be things that come at us that we're not expecting, that aren't necessarily the things that we want or expect. And so I believe that the power of having a disciplined and regular morning routine is something that will absolutely change your life in a variety of ways. The two things that I really think are really important to point out to you guys is this. And they're very similar in definition, but I want you to think about them a little bit different. The power of having a morning routine does two things for you. It creates rhythm in your day, in your life. And it will create momentum for you to start every single day. And it's that momentum is that mental shift that gets you started off right. So for those of you who are sports fans, you understand what it means to score immediately as soon as a game starts, and what that does for a team's morale, and, you know, just in general, what it will do for the momentum that one team or you have in the world, or in that game for a sports team. That momentum means everything. And when another team snatches the momentum from the other team, it's a big shift in any game that you watch. It's the same in life. So when we have momentum in our lives, man, it feels like we're unstoppable, doesn't it? It feels like there's nothing that we can't do. And in those times where we don't have momentum, and we've all been in those spots where we feel like, man, this is never going to end. I'm just kind of in this rut and I can't get out, and it, you know, just feels awful. This morning routine is exactly what has gotten me to this point where I can juggle as many things as I do, where I can handle as much workload as I do today versus how I have been in the past, what I've been able to handle in the past. And I want to just walk you guys through exactly what I do every single morning so that you guys can see it. And it doesn't mean that my way is right. It's just an example structure of what that can look like for you. And then, you can mold this to whatever you want and whatever you think will work for you. But good morning, Carrie Ann. What's happening? Trisha. Good morning, Dayton, Bob, Dina. What's happening, guys? Kim, good morning. Kim, I don't know if you're going or not, but I am going to the Laurel Highlands. My high school is in the state playoffs for basketball, so I'm going with my dad tonight to the game. So anybody that's on here from my hometown, hopefully I will see you at that game. I'm pretty excited to see these guys play. They won the division, the WPIAL championship for the first time since 1968. So I am going to check those guys out tonight over on the other side of Pittsburgh here. So I'm excited about that. Spend some time with my dad and get to see a basketball game. So, but here's my morning routine. So I literally, I wake up, and as soon as I wake up, I literally just, rotate to the side of my bed, put my feet on the floor, and I just sit there quietly, and I think about the things that I'm grateful for. And so I'll tell you this morning, I literally just spent a couple of seconds thinking about everybody in my family. So my wife, each one of my children individually, each one of my parents, my brother, and everybody else in my extended family. I just spent a couple of times thinking about them individually and how much I'm grateful to have those people in my life. And that's a little bit different every day. There'll be different things I'm grateful for every morning. But I spend a couple of minutes just sitting there, gathering my thoughts and starting the day off, just thinking about how fortunate I am and how grateful I am for the things that I have in my life. That is a major, major key, guys. If you don't spend time thinking about what you're grateful for, I would highly recommend doing it. It will just change the entire rhythm and outlook on every single day. And especially if you do it as soon as you wake up, it just kind of puts you in that state of mind that you want to be in to approach a day, because you will have, it immediately starts some momentum in your life, right? In an ideal scenario, the morning includes a workout. In full transparency, it doesn't every single morning because it just depends on what I've got going on. But I would love to implement that into an every single day routine where I, at least work out, get a good sweat in, and keep moving. But in a perfect day, that's what it looks like for me. The next thing that I do, and sometimes this is while I'm working out, if I'm on the Peloton or something like that, I will read scripture. I will watch a motivational video. So these are separate things that I do. But I read some sort of scripture every single morning. I've got a daily devotional type of book that I read out of. It is for men, but you can find a lot of those that are just quick summaries of something out of the Bible, if that's your thing. If it's not your thing, read something else. But I also watch something motivational. So I'll watch a video from somebody, whether it's Grant Cardone or Ed Milet or Gary Vee or something else that I find out on the internet that's motivational, that gives me some perspective and motivation for the day. And then I read a few pages from a book, from a regular book, like some sort of self-development book, or I listen to an audio book for a handful of minutes. After I'm done with that, so that's like kind of the what we call mind, body, so mind, body, spirit. Then I move on to kind of planning my day. And so I have a planner that I use. I think I've offered to share it with you guys before, but I'm offering again if you guys want the file. It's just something you can print and kind of put in a 3-ring binder or whatever. Or you could go create your own planner, or you could buy a planner. But I would tell you that if you're not writing things down that you have to do, then you are playing defense in your life. You're not playing offense. And so writing your goals down in your planner and then structuring out your day is the next thing. So I write my goals down. I review yesterday's summary. So how did yesterday go, and what do I have left over from yesterday that I still need to do? And then literally I just create my schedule based on my to-do list for the day. and I prioritize it so that I make sure that my critical tasks are getting done first. So I have in my planner, I've got an area that says, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it has today's critical tasks. I've got a quote of the day on here. I've got my daily goal setting. I have an area from yesterday that plans forward to tomorrow. And then I write down what book and audio book I listened to or read, and then what motivational video or podcast that I listened to. And then on this side, I've got a to-do list and the time slots for the day. So I go 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is on purpose. Sometimes I go past that, but I want to make sure that I'm structuring my day so that I at least have some time outside of that for other things, right? So some me time, if you will. So, but what I will tell you guys is this, and I wish that I could sit here and tell you that every single day I use that planner perfectly. When I'm traveling, it gets difficult. When I'm sometimes I'm just off my rhythm in my life, but I can tell you with 100% certainty that this planner and the daily discipline that I've implemented into my life are 100% the reason why I've been able to juggle all the things that I've been able to juggle. And I believe why we've been able to create business success on a consistent basis, because we're doing the same things every day. We're finding what works and we're doing it over and over and over and over again. And I will tell you guys that is when you start to feel that rhythm and you start to feel that momentum, is when you're on offense. You are owning the day. It is not owning you. And that is an important part of understanding why things are going the way that they're going in your life, in your business, in your day-to-day, is that a lot of times people are just waiting for things to come to them. They're waiting for that thing to drop in their lap that they have to react to. And it is a bad way to approach your days, your weeks, your months, and your year. Trisha, do you fill out the quote, book, and video first thing in the morning or as you do them? So yes, I fill them out as I do them, which is actually first thing in the morning. So I get all of that stuff done before I come on here to do this show at 7:30 in the morning. So and to give you guys an idea, the quote of the day is usually, it's some sort of like, it's my connection to like, what's today all about, right? Like, is it something about adversity? Have we been kind of, taking some shots, some hits, things that we're not expecting, and it's some quote that'll motivate me through that adversity? Is it something about impacting people? Maybe there's something going on with somebody around me that I need to impact people. I need to be focused on how to pour into people or how to make a positive impact. But that quote is almost like my battle cry for the day, right? So I track something down on the internet and I write that down. And then typically, Trisha, I'm reading a book, right? And as I'm reading that book, it's the same book over and over and over again every day. So really the only thing that changes is when I change books and the video, the motivational video that I watch every day, and then I just search out the quote that I'm looking for. So, but that is my morning routine. I sit down right here where I'm looking at you guys from, and I fill out all of that information before I start the day. And when I do that, I have incredible, incredible days. And I would tell you, if you guys look on the bottom of this thing, it's got a win-loss right there. So at the end of the day, I circle that as to, whether I was productive, whether I felt like today was a win or a loss. And I'm very honest about that with myself, because I feel like the more that I circle L's, it doesn't happen that often, but the more that I circle losses, I believe the less that I will have losses in the future, because I'm being honest with myself about why that is. I'm reviewing how the day went, and I'm trying to adjust to that. I'm trying to adjust anything that I see in that day in the future. So I'm trying to protect my time better. I'm trying to not get involved in this issue that I probably shouldn't have gotten involved with, that was none of my business, but I still tend to, jump into things like I used to when we first started our company. And sometimes it's not my place, right? So, but I analyze all of those things so that I can be the most effective and productive. You know, we talked yesterday about just being effective with your time. And, you know, I think that time is something that so often I see people just take for granted, right? We think that we always have more time. We always have tomorrow. We always have next week. And I am, by the way, the king procrastinator at certain times. And, you know, we don't have tomorrow all the time. We only have today. We only have this moment that we're in right now that's guaranteed to us. So this time and this organization of our time is really, really the most critical thing that you can do. And to go back to where we started, you know, the power of having that morning routine. So imagine, you know, I get up every day 5:45 to 6 o'clock, right? 5:45 to 6 o'clock I wake up, and that just depends on kind of what time I go to bed. If it's super late, I might give myself an extra 15 minutes. But from 6 o'clock to 7:30, I get all of that stuff done. That is my morning routine. And when I do that, I'm telling you, like when I do it really to a T, like it's all on point and I've got everything planned out, like nothing's stopping me from winning that day. And so it is important for you guys to understand that. This planner is available to anybody. I have developed it over a number of years. And I can tell you this, if you use this planner, you absolutely cannot lose in life. I promise you, because we all know how to win. We just have to have that game plan, that organization, that strategy that helps us do so. So I hope this was helpful for you guys this morning. It was important to me because I've been a little bit off my schedule. You know, I've been traveling a ton away from my normal routine, my normal environment. And so that has thrown me off. And so this was kind of a conversation with myself too, to make sure that I am getting focused and that I'm reminding myself of the importance of you know, having that morning routine, being organized, writing my goals down, and staying focused on the road ahead and what's in front of me. So I hope it was helpful for you guys. I hope it gave you some insight. If any of you want this planner, you can easily DM me and I will drop it into either a DM or shoot me your email address and I can send it in an attachment via email. So with that said, that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. I certainly am. I got an action-packed day today. I'm excited about it. I love finishing the week off strong. I hope you guys too. Most people finish the week like a mouse. Make sure you're finishing it like a lion. Go out like a lion. Don't go out like a mouse. So I appreciate you guys that tuned in this morning. Dom Manzo, what's happening? My brother Andrew, good morning. Mike Abernathy, what's happening? Chelsea, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you spending time with me this morning. If you found this useful, please share it out. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast. And if you are subscribed to the podcast, leave us a review. Leave me a review over there and let me know what you think of the show. So we can get it out to more people. I think that you never know what person might hear a message like this and it might change the entire trajectory of their life, might change the mood that they're in today. Either way, it's a win. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in this morning, and I will see you guys Monday morning right here, same place, same time on Morning Perspective. Love you guys.